Welcome back, Lorcana players. It's Poisonous. Today we're going to count down the best cards in the new Azurite Sea expansion, which is hitting stores soon. This top 7 countdown is going to look at the cards that I think are going to be the most played and most useful cards. Not necessarily the most powerful. There's lots of cards in every expansion that seem like they would be quite strong, but really aren't playable or don't fit anywhere. So we're going to be focusing on cards that are going to show up in new meta decks and will have an impact on the game. Starting at 7 in Sapphire is Gadget Hackwrench. She's a 3-cost inkable 1/4, the ability Brainstorm. Whenever you play an item, this character gains +1 lore this turn. Seems like it could get out of control pretty quick, especially in a heavy item deck like Blue Steel, where we could see her potentially questing for 4 or 5, and in combination with Lucky Dime gaining 4 or 5 more lore. This card, I think, could see a home in a Blue Steel deck for sure. At number 6, from Big Hero 6, we have Tadashi Hamada, Gifted Roboticist. He's a 3-cost uninkable 2/2 that quests for 2, and his ability Someone Has to Help says during an opponent's turn, whenever this character is banished, you may put the top card of your deck into your inkwell face down, then put this card into your inkwell face down. I think that this card is an excellent ramp card in a more aggressive deck because it quests for 2. Your opponent really can't ignore it and let it keep questing. I think that this card is much more threatening than the Grammatala that also was gaining an incom banish because it gains 2 and quests for 2. I think that this card will definitely see some play. Coming in at number 5, we have Alice, Savvy Sailor. She's a 3-cost uninkable 1/4 with Ward, and her ability Ahoy says whenever this character quests, another chosen character of yours gains +1 lore and gains Ward until the start of your next turn. She does quest for 2. I think that because she has Ward, she's extremely likely to survive till your next turn, so you can actually use her ability. In an aggressive deck, I could see her ability being useful because of the +1 lore that it gives another character. But I think that this card will end up being a combo enabler because it allows you to protect another one of your cards. So you play this card on turn 3, and then on turn 4 you play a card that you need to protect. A good example would be like Mickey Mouse Trumpeter. She quests, she gives him Ward, so he's very difficult to remove on your opponent's turn and provides protection in order for you to pop off that combo. So this card is one that I think will see play for sure in a variety of different blue decks that are looking to protect things, or a deck that's aggro oriented. At number 4, we have Yokai, Scientific Supervillain. He's a 9-cost inkable 6/10 shift for 6, so he's got a discounted shift, and his first ability Neurotransmitter says you may play items named Microbots for free, and his second ability Technical Gain says whenever this character quests, you draw a card for each opposing character with 0 strength. So every time you play a Microbot, it lets you remove strength from your character. So the synergy there is that you can play a whole bunch of Microbots and then draw a whole bunch of cards. He does quest for 2 as well. He's a huge body. I think that it's a card that will be fun when you get to pop off the combo with the Microbots and kind of get out of control with it. But at such a high cost, he's probably going to be a niche card for just that, a deck built around that, which I'm not sure will be competitively viable, but it is a cool card and a cool design, and it's a card that I really wish they gave the enchanted treatment to because the art on this card really is sick. At number 3, we have the first of 2 legendaries for Sapphire. We have Baymax, Armored Companion. He's a 5-cost inkable 2/6 that quests for 2. His ability, The Treatment is Working, says when you play this character and whenever he quests, you may remove up to 2 damage from another chosen character of yours, gain 1 lore for each 1 damage removed this way. So this character is got a good sized body. He's a little weak with strength, but his health will help him survive. But his real power comes from the fact that you can gain usually 2 lore when you play him, and then if he survives and you get to heal more characters, you can gain even more lore. That instant lore gain is something that should never be looked down upon because this card can sneak up and really flip things around out of nowhere. I can see some potential for a healing based deck with Graham Pabby maybe, but this card is gonna see some play for sure in the right deck. At number 2, we have the other Sapphire legendary for Azurite Sea. This is Oswald, the Lucky Rabbit. He's a 2-cost uninkable 2/1 that quests for 2, and his ability Favorable Chance says during your turn, whenever a character is put into your inkwell, you may reveal the top card of your deck. It's an item card, you may play that item for free, and it enters play exerted. Otherwise, put it on the bottom of your deck. This card I think is really good. I think that even if it quested for 1, it would still be really good. In a blue steel item deck, this card I think almost seems overpowered. We're going to see this card a lot, and this one may be the most expensive and most sought after of the legendaries from the set if I had to guess. I think that we're going to see this card a lot, and some item based decks are going to pop off this set, so be prepared to also see a lot of item removal in the meta if that starts to happen. But this card's fun, and I look forward to playing it in blue. Somehow Sapphire has done so well this set that Oswald isn't even the best card that they got. Coming in at number 1 is Sail the Azurite Sea. This is a 2-cost action that is inkable, and its ability says this turn you may put an additional card from your hand into your inkwell face down. Draw a card. So it's kind of in the same vein as Tipo and 1 Jump Ahead. It's allowing you to ink on turn 2 to ramp. Like Tipo, this card inks from your hand, but it allows you to draw a card. The other key difference here is that the ink is not an exerted ink, so you can play or use that ink this turn. And drawing a card means that, it can replace itself. So extremely powerful. I think that every blue deck is going to play this card from now until it somehow rotates out or gets banned, maybe down the road in the future. But I can see this card replacing 1 Jump Ahead, replacing Tipo. Unlike Tipo, this card can only ink an extra inkable card, so it's similar to Bell in that way, so you can't get rid of an uninkable with it. But the fact that it replaces itself, it gives you an ink, it's an inkable card. I think that we're going to see this card played a lot. I'm glad it's a common, so it's going to be a card that must be included in every Sapphire deck. Overall, I think that Sapphire probably has the most good cards in this expansion. I think that we're going to see the rise of blue steel again. Definitely some good stuff in here to help blue steel pop off, and maybe there'll be some other interesting blue combinations like blue green or blue purple that become more viable with some of these cards. So I'm looking forward to see what Sapphire is cooking up. Sapphire's always been hot in the meta, but I think that this set we're going to see even more Sapphire than before. Thanks for watching my video. If you like these picks, feel free to drop it in the comments, or if you think I missed a good card, then let me know in the comments what card you'd like to see in the top 7.